That is it for my Shop My Stash Chanel makeup look. Mostly the beige products, actually. Well, that doesn't look good. It's officially unboxed now. Here with you some things that just came in. And this one right here is from Chantecaille. Good morning. I thought we could start with a full face or like a Shop My Stash of Chanel items. So I love my Chanel makeup, but I rarely have a chance to put it all together because I'm featuring new things. But there's nothing new per se in here, but things I love. We're going to dinner later with friends, so it's a little bit later in the day. It's about 11:30. We're gonna go first with the Le Beige Water Fresh tint in Medium Plus. I have some things to unbox. There's something I picked up that I'm not quite sure about. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna unbox that. What else? Oh, I have banana bread baking right now in the oven, but I think I had most of the ingredients for it. It's flourless. So it's made with almond flour. Not my recipe, it's a recipe from Victoria. She was in the Fro and now she's Victoria. Can't remember what she's going by now. I mean, it's her name, Victoria, but I'll leave her recipe down below that I follow. But I actually had most, if not all, the ingredients I need for it, because sometimes I'm improvising and I'm missing some things. And whenever we have overripe or really ripe bananas, I don't like to waste them, so I'll turn them into banana bread. Okay, so we're gonna let that sit. We're gonna go in with the, of course, Sublimage under eye concealer. I also purchased some things from Sephora. And after I did that, I read a comment that NARS has an under eye product that actually, I did see that go by and I was thinking I should try that. This is in 40. And I bought another foundation from Chanel I need to try out. And it's interesting. Okay, so I picked up a foundation from Dior and one from Chanel, but they are similar in their formula. My husband's doing some work out in the yard. So if you hear some like construction, my husband's out in the yard trying to find a way to, or actually he's engineering a way to take care of any potential deluges of rain. Is that a word, deluges? Any potential issues with too much rain, like we recently had that we don't normally have. This is by Chanel, and my dark spots, as you can see, not so bad. So I really think we're in a better place than it's been in as long as I can remember before they showed up, and that was about 10 years ago, so it's been a long time. But this is in Pesche. So let's go in with this and just do some little teeny tiny, ooh yeah, that reminds me, I picked up an eye product that could maybe be used as a concealer. I'm gonna experiment with it because eye area kind of requires the same thing, no creasing, can't be moving all around. So it's one of those items that needs to stay put. I'm just using this because I cannot find my other brush. I found this, my eyebrow product. Oh yeah, I know what I forgot, but let's do this first. Let's go in with a little bit of the powder. That was really fast, really fast. Oh, wait, just kidding. So this was one of the tricks I learned from a Chanel makeup artist. I've shown you this before, but I have the Water Fresh tint in Deep. It's pretty deep here, but I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of Medium Plus, like this. And then I'm going to swirl them together. And then it kind of gets more sheer. That's gonna be my bronzer. So if you haven't seen that before, I'll try to include some like fun makeup things in these vlogs because I know so many of you love makeup. Oh gosh. So just a really natural bronzer. So pretty. I think this is one of those things that should be a thing because I love when the texture of products on the face are similar. So you've got a really sheer coverage, and then the bronzer is also very sheer and melts with the skin and looks like it's not makeup. Yeah, I love this little trick. So if you haven't seen this, yeah, it's definitely a fun technique. And you know, I love the Water Fresh tint formula. Looks like we're actually almost done. Now let's go in with this product, which I haven't used in a while, but I took it out for fun. So this looks like this, but this is foundation and this is blush. So this is the Water Fresh blush in Warm Pink. So I have Intense Coral as well, which is much more apparent. Okay, so the one tip I have about the blush, if you like this, and I just really like, again, the same weight and texture on the face. And then I do have a couple products. So I mentioned those base products by Dior and Chanel. Oh gosh, I don't want to get on my sweater. So I have on here my Jenny Kane sweater that I have 2 of, and oh, I should show you. I have this tank top underneath, a striped one, and that is a good example of high-low. So I like investment pieces, but also for everyday pieces that go in the, not in the washer. Is that right? Yeah, that go in the washing machine. I don't invest at all in those very much, but I do keep them for a long time. So this was, I think, under $10 at Nordstrom Rack, I found. Okay, I'm sorry. So let it set a little bit before you go in with the blush, and I have here a blush brush by Clé de Peau. So yeah, I like to also not invest in certain things because I know that they'll be going through the washing machine. It doesn't make sense. So those are everyday things, and it's really soft. So I'll try and link it below if I see it. So I'm going in here and I'm just, see how lovely that is? It's so pretty. And yes, so we're going to dinner with some friends tonight. So especially when it's something like that, I love to just do really, really minimal, almost undetectable makeup. It's my favorite kind. I think it takes more skill and more, that's what I'm looking for, experience to get this right. Because, especially with these dark spots, you kind of have to pick products that aren't gonna be loaded on. I think it's really easy to cover up the skin and make it look pretty, but I think spot concealing is harder because you've gotta find the right color that meshes with your skin. I don't know, let me know what you think, but I think this is trickier, no makeup than actual makeup. Let's go in with this. So I've got the loose powder in 30. Yeah, that's looking really nice. I haven't even done my brows yet. That's how much my brows are growing in. Giant Mer brush, Mer. Oh no. I just sprinkled it all over everything. I need to wash my hands anyway before I get the next product. Just gonna powder just the center here really lightly, just to take the shine down. Let's go in with brows. I found it. It was just in this box here. Of course, it's got powder all over it. So we're gonna do a quick brow. I'm using the Chanel brow, the powder side of it. And then just making sure I get that excess here on the ends, and then whatever is left in the front, so it's not so severe. Oh, I checked on the banana bread too. It looks so nice. I still am working out regularly, still seeing results, so it's motivating for sure. I didn't know if at my current age, if still the same things that worked in the past would work now in terms of getting results, but so far so good. I have changed my eating habits though quite a bit. A little bit more so than I have in the past. Moving more towards plant-based. Not everything, but moving in that direction. Oh, I love that brow. Okay, then let's do the other one. Oh yeah, so I ordered a bag. This bag that I ordered is something I've had my eye on, and I may have already looked at it once or twice. I couldn't wait. There are actually a couple of items I'm gonna unbox that I have technically already unboxed, but put back in the box just so you could see how they come packaged. The boxier part with this spoolie. That's when I know I'm still excited about makeup, is when I can't wait to open it. That's when I know I'm really excited. That's when I'm really excited about these 2 items. No, actually there were 3, because I opened them and repackaged them for you. Definitely need help on one of the things. It's an accessory that I picked up that I feel like maybe I already know what to do because I've been questioning it so much since I looked at it. This one is in 03 dark. Let's do this Le Beige number 30 powder, and it does go hard pan on me, but we're gonna take some of that and just, I can see a little bit of that darkness coming through. Okay, let's go in with this eye that not everybody loves, but I love it, and I really love this as a very light. So this is critical. This piece right here, just making sure there's no excess on there because it will end up everywhere. I've already knew about that, but was moving so fast one day I forgot to do that. And yeah, definitely everything was everywhere, but doing that, really, it's just the nicest product that you can really have a lot of variety in the level of deepness that you want. Now I just use that to really get in the crease nicely, and now just move it out like this. So this is the level of color that I like on this. It's not very much, but it's really pretty. Just like that. And then just going into the crease like this, and then doing that. And that's it. That is why I love this product. It doesn't move. It's seamless with the skin. It's not sitting on top of the skin. I did not need a primer. Okay, that banana bread is almost ready to come out. I was gonna go in with the the Chantecaille mascara I love, but I'm gonna go in with this. This is from ESUM, and I do wanna do a video on their products because they make really, really nice products. I have their blush palette, their sculpting palette. I also have a lip palette now from them. I also have an eye palette. I've got their mascara here. I've been pleased with all of their products. I've got brushes. So if you especially are a makeup artist, I would definitely look into their products because there's so much versatility with their items. I feel like if also you were a minimalist and you don't want a lot of clutter, I think you could just have their eye palette, their cheek palette, their lip palette, and their mascara and be done. You might need a concealer or something like that too on top of it, but other than that, that could be all of your makeup for all kinds of looks. And this performs more like a luxury brand mascara because it's so delicate. It takes me a little bit longer though because I like as much volume length as possible without getting clumpy. Going with 914 Natural Charm. I usually like to put Trench underneath, which I might do here. Oh wait, let's do Marble by Victoria Beckham. I wish they made concealer in this stick version. I don't know why they don't do that. Let me know if you know of a concealer. It would make so much sense, especially with pinpoint concealing. And if you wanted to take like a strategic little brightening there with a concealer, that would make a lot of sense to me. This is Chanel, their highlighter. This is one I'll use to turn cream blushes into liquid blushes. Not liquid. Let me start over. This is what I used to turn powder blushes into cream blushes. This will be my makeup for later. That is it for my Shop My Stash Chanel makeup look. Mostly the beige products actually, now that I think of it. But I hope you can see how simple that was. You don't need a lot of products, although I feel like I still used a lot, but it was fast. And I also did not use my Clé de Peau concealer or my Chantecaille powder, but you can also see what a difference that makes because you can see a little bit of darkness. We're gonna let it be though today, not totally perfect. But yeah, let's go ahead and check the banana bread and we'll do some unboxing. Okay, that looks and smells so good. There's some shredded, unsweetened coconut on top with a little bit of avocado oil to make it crispy. But you can see there, this is gonna be my next thing to eat here. But once it cools off, I'll show you what it looks like. But let's go ahead and unbox. Okay, it's been a minute or two. Actually, it's been like an hour. Okay, I may have rubbed some makeup off there while I ate as well, because I had a little bit of carrots and hummus and a little bit of this chickpea macaroni and cheese that I made my husband. That was really good. I really do need your help with this right here because I had it on my top 5 quiet luxury bags list. Well, actually the shape, not this exact color. And I already picked up the Picotin, so I've got 1 of 5. And then I thought, okay, let me try another one. This one is a little bit more of an accessible price point, but it's not inexpensive by any means. So I picked this up because I thought it had gold hardware. I looked back and I checked the site. I got it off My Teresa, so there's no box or anything because I went for the eco or the, I don't know, the one that's more environmentally friendly, the packaging. So it's just regular box and tissue paper. And I'm surprised it doesn't come in a box of its own. But when I read it, it said gold hardware. And I think maybe they just took the description from the one in black, which has gold hardware, and just copy pasted is my guess. And I couldn't tell from the picture if it was gold toned or not. And as you know, I prefer gold toned hardware. By the way, I can see some dark spots coming through, but we're gonna play with that in a minute, see if we can at least help that out a little bit. So it's this one, and it's, I can't remember the name of it, something milky white or something, I can't remember. But I still have the original packaging, and I can really see now on camera what I've been seeing here, which is that it's a cool toned cream. And if you can notice, this is like a warm toned cream. I really got it to go with those boots. By the way, this is by Toteme, and it's the larger of the two. I think there's a smaller size, so this one is the larger of the two. And I just need your help figuring out if I'm gonna keep this or not, because I tried it with some cream toned pieces or like off-white pieces, and it works well if they have the same undertone. It's kind of like with makeup. If the undertones are correct, then it works, but like this to me doesn't work because there's some green coming through here and it's not working with this. And it especially doesn't go with my boots that I wanted to pair this with. So I'm on the fence. Also, the fact that it's not gold hardware. That is silver hardware there. So if you were looking at my Teresa, I think I posted it as well on items I had my eye on Shop My. If you're interested in seeing what I have my eye on, you can go to Shop My, and there's a little shelf there that says things I have my eye on or items I have my eye on, because that way you know what I'm considering, because sometimes by the time I decide to purchase something, it's very low in stock or no longer available, because I don't usually buy things on a whim or on impulse. I think pretty deeply about the items I'm purchasing, so a lot of thought has gone into these things before I purchased. But yeah, definitely has a greenish undertone to it. Having had the experience of something like Hermes leather or Chanel, like the double, not the newer ones, but the classic double flap that I have, the craftsmanship is just at a different level, although this is very nice. But I think the price point is appropriate for this bag. I think right now it's a reasonable price. I originally was looking at the brown one, which was going to come out with gold hardware on a site that I saw, but then I got the picotant, so then I thought, no, I don't need that anymore. And then I really still want the Bale bag by LORO PIANA, and maybe in white, but I'm still not convinced by that webbing that's on there. So that was kind of trying to fulfill that purpose with this bag. I really like the shape though, and I think the size is really quite nice. Like you could fit a lot in here, especially compared to something like the picotant. Okay, so these are two things that would make me keep this bag, because I really like the shape. I think the leather is very durable. I think that it won't show a lot of wear, I think. The stitching, since it is lighter, may show some makeup or something like that. If you transfer, it's a little bit harder, I think, to clean once it's embedded in there. But if this were gold hardware, and if this were warmer, like a creamier warmer cream, I would keep this bag. But I think just the color combination for me isn't going to work. But let me know what you think. If you think, no, I should keep this. But also this is not, like I said, inexpensive, so I don't want to purchase something I'm not gonna use. Onto this Sephora haul. So I wanted to pick these up because they're newly reformulated, and they are the Mercier Caviar Stick eye colors, and I love eye sticks. So I did have a chance to look at all of the colors in store, and these were the ones I came up with. Now, one of them is not even for my eyes, really. I'll tell you in a minute. But this one, Cobblestone, is nice and cool. So out of all of the tones, I thought this was a good one for me. I'm always asking for a lighter, cooler tone, and that fits the bill. So I'm excited to try this as a one and done. Kind of like the Chanel. Like I wish Chanel came out with this in their little eye, the loose pigments. And then I picked this up. So it's very smooth going on though. And then I saw this Dune, and this is not for my eye. Actually, they have one that's a really peachy color, and I thought maybe I should get peach for this purpose, because it's actually been suggested by viewers before, is to use this perhaps as a concealer or color corrector for my spots. So I picked this up. This is Dune, and I checked peach, and peach was like bright peach. So I thought that's not really going to work. So I thought that might be interesting, because the properties you want for an eye product are the same as what you would want here. I do really love that Chanel Water Fresh tint, because it is encapsulated powder. So then I thought, why don't I just do powder foundation? And I have not tried a powder foundation in such a long time. I remember the last time I used a powder foundation, I think was in college. Was it? Yeah, I don't know if I've ever really featured one here on YouTube. And it was a Shiseido, maybe? It was a SPF compact. So I picked this up, the Dior Forever Natural Velvet. And it says no transfer. And that is one of the things that I think bothers me the most about foundation, is knowing it will transfer onto clothes. I like the no transfer long wear. I like that. Concentrated floral skincare, I don't know about, that's not as important to me. So I wasn't sure what color to pick up, so I'm glad I went to store and I picked up this shade. This is the shade 4N, and you know what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna play. Here's the color. When I put it on, here, let's see if we can see, there's a little swatch. It's a little bit light, yeah. Kind of just blends in. It's a little bit lighter in my hand. We're gonna do this. We're just gonna try here. What does that look like? Ooh, it's actually, can you see that? Okay, that's not gonna be good. It's actually a bit darker. Or we'll add some, like a tan. Oh goodness. Okay, well, we're gonna just add this. That didn't do what I wanted it to, but we will definitely play with this. I'm surprised it's so, doesn't look like that color. Do I need a lighter shade? Huh. Okay, I'm only doing a half because we have something else to talk about. That was interesting because maybe I played with this a little last night and that was not the result. I was hoping though it would do something to kind of brighten, not brighten, but you know, add a little bit more coverage in the front. Well, that doesn't look good. It's so dark. This is not what happened last night when I tried it. Because like I said, I got excited and then I played with it. Maybe it's because of the concealer under, like what is happening here? I don't know. I might be interacting with the Water Fresh tint. I don't know. Maybe because I played with this just for a moment because I wanted to just see what it was like. So I thought it was going to be, see, no, doesn't it look lighter? I don't understand. It looks lighter when I go like that. But when I put it on, you saw what happened. It was dark. Okay, I don't know. But you saw the first time I put it on, it had lines. And then the second time I put it on, without the spongy thing, then I just went like this and you could see it's lighter. Okay, if anyone knows what is happening here, let me know because I'm not sure. But it has a nice finish. We're gonna have to do this with just like not bare skin, but maybe just concealer and see what happens. So my thought was this, okay, roundabout thinking was to use the LORO Mercier on the dark spots and then go over it with a foundation, a powder foundation. Okay, let's try that because I can't wait. And then we'll do some we'll do a real video on this, but this is really how I play with makeup and find out what it can do. So if it's not a first impression, this is what most likely happened. I just start opening things and playing with them, whether my face is clean and ready for makeup or not. I'll just talk. Oh my gosh, I'm just throwing things down. So let's do this. Oh, hello, do you see what I'm saying? I already opened this. I didn't unbox it with you. I already took out the other thing and I put it back so nicely just to unbox it with you, and I just opened it without showing you. I want to show you the other thing I got, which I picked up from Nordstrom. I picked this up because, as you know, I've been trying out all of the Chanel foundations and I realized I had not tried out their powder foundation yet. It's officially unboxed now. This is in the shade B40. So my ideal shade is BD41, but B40, if there's nothing that's BD41, B40 typically works, like it's close enough. Undertone's a little bit more neutral than golden. It's close enough. Now this though, looks like it's warmer, at least compared to the Dior. And of course we will do a side-by-side at some point, but I wanted to try this. So let's take this, or Mercier. Ooh, did you see that? It's like an eraser. It actually reminds me of the color of an eraser. And just really strategically add a little bit of this. I'm just trying to buff out the corners. So that is pretty good. And then maybe go here in the corners, like that's my other idea for this. Because you know how I put the Clé de Peau in the corners? I thought if I put this in the corners and it's really gonna stick, that might be an interesting solution. and under, kind of like trench. So we can also experiment and see which one's better, this or trench, for that under eye area. Or under, not under eye, but under eyelash. Does that sound like a thing? So now that we've done that over there, let's take the Chanel. Maybe when I feature this is I'll do a side-by-side comparison with, oh, see, that's a better shade match, with the Tissé Rivoli and one of the Clé de Peau. Already, that's a better match, isn't it, than this? Like, what is happening over there? See the difference here? That's so much better over there. Okay, let's do this. Let's try this. I'm a little disappointed that Dior really just, you can see this dark spot just made everything worse. So I'm going with the LORO Mercier. So I definitely bought this for here and not for the eye area. Look, it kind of erased it, didn't it? I tried it with trench once and it didn't, like it was the wrong shade, but I think this Dune might be the correct shade. Now let's go over that with the Chanel over here because Dior, we had an issue. And broken capillaries. So we're gonna do a video course with this, like a sit down video. Those are things I get excited about. Makeup items that are solutions, I think are my favorite. So one of the solutions here was to use a non-concealer product for concealer, and then also using a powder foundation as a powder. I'm surprised B40 looks pretty good, and especially because it's for the center of my face. So I saw that Merit came out with eye products, and I really wanted to try one. I actually found something in store to look at. So I picked up one of them. Of course, it's probably the most understated color they had. They had some beautiful colors. There was like a green color, there's a plummy color, maybe a dark charcoal color, and it is a solo eyeshadow. Gosh, I've been waiting for Merit to come out with a powder though. Like that's what I really need them to come out with. So Merit has complexion, which actually works really well for foundation and concealer for me, and under the eye it does work quite well. They've got cheek products, they've got lip, actually a couple different kinds of lip products, eyebrow mascara. Now they have this eye, so this is what I got. I'm gonna love this one, I already know, because it's like in that cooler taupey family. They did have another one, but it was like a reddish tone, so I knew I wouldn't love that. They just need a powder because they don't have one yet. And then I picked this up. I'm loving lip glosses so much. So I picked up a Dior Addict Lip Maximizer. This is in the shade 016. Now there is a 38, maybe something, rosy beige. I was trying to remember the number because I want to pick that up, but they didn't have it. So it looks like this. Let's put that on now because, you know, I want to wear what looks like as little makeup as possible, but actually maybe wearing as much makeup as I did before in terms of the numbers of products I have on my face. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty. That's a pretty one. Of course, I have a lipstick underneath. Oh, actually, that's a nice combination. The one I had from Chanel and then this one on top. Oh yeah. And I like this because it's not sparkly. Like there's a glow, but there's no visible shimmer in there. Or maybe we'll do like a Sephora haul, get ready with me. And you can see everything like in the best lighting possible. But I wanted to pick up the Chanel one that you told me about. The one I was talking about that I was worried it would be shimmery. Like this is a level that I want for glow. Nothing sparkly, nothing shimmery, but just like a really gentle glow. Oh, I need to have my piece of banana bread that I haven't had yet, probably with a little bit of Greek yogurt. I'm gonna work out at some point. And then I also have more coming in. So we have more unboxing to do. Oh my gosh, that looks so much better, doesn't it? But I have some more unboxings to do. I think the last time I saw you, we were having dinner. We went out to dinner. So I just filmed an interesting video that I think is actually going up after this, where I'm comparing a Tissé Rivoli with one of the new Clé de Peau palettes. And I discovered something kind of interesting about the difference. So make sure to tune into that one when that goes up. I also am testing out another foundation, another Chanel foundation. We'll see if you can guess which one that is. Or wait, did I unbox it? Just kidding. I unboxed it, so I think that was in this video. Oh gosh, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was in this video we unboxed it. And then, I'm gonna do a workout, so I'm ready to work out here. I had this on as I was filming. It's one of my LuluLemon tops. And then I'm gonna do, like I said, a workout. And then after the workout, I'm gonna try this crunchy or crispy tofu recipe. It looks really simple, and my husband got an air fryer, so I'm gonna try and use his air fryer for that. It looks really good, so I'm gonna make that. And then I got some kimchi today, and really try and stay quite healthy with the diet. We were really good this weekend in terms of making some good choices with food. So I'm gonna continue doing that and try this crispy tofu recipe when I'm done working out. So between the PVOLVE and the treadmill, I did about, gosh, 40 minutes of exercise, and makeup actually looks pretty good. I didn't even put a primer on. So let's go ahead and try that tofu recipe. Okay, I don't usually cook with tofu, so I'm just learning about it, but I apparently had to press this. So I pressed it for about 30 minutes and then just cut it into 1-inch cubes. I'm gonna put that in a bowl. So I think that just removes the moisture, and then we're gonna add a little bit of soy sauce. We're gonna take our seasonings here. So I've got some garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and cornstarch, and we were supposed to add this all in. Let me just add that. And then also a little bit of sesame oil. And then these have to go on here, I guess, spaced evenly somehow. This probably takes the longest time, is just to space them out. So I'll have to do 2 batches because they're not all going to fit. Oops. See, I know I'm supposed to wait, but okay, here we are in a different place in the house. If you are interested in this look, by the way, I do this in the beginning of the next vlog. I'll do Get Ready With Me, and we're also going to talk about some other things that I just picked up. But before we go today, I have some PR I wanted to share with you, some things that just came in. And this one right here is from Chantecaille. So they have this new, this is actually the cream I was talking about, the new BioLifting eye cream. So I haven't read much about it. I love the BioLifting line. I've got the BioLifting serum on right now. I've got the BioLifting cream, but this is a groundbreaking innovation for the BioLifting collection. It's a multi-action eye cream, and it infuses microplastic-free formula. Oh, I've been hearing about microplastics quite a bit recently, actually. So it's a microplastic-free formula, and it's powered by an effective depuffing peptide. So if you're interested in depuffing, this addresses that. Recharging botanical sugar, active botanicals, and an immediate tensing agent. So it's test performed on ingredient. Long-term visible results, and it also targets dark under eye circles, which I know some of you are concerned with as well. A potent recharging botanical sugar improves the look of expression lines around the eyes. Oh, and it feels hot. I need to find a good fan now that I'm doing this. I have one, but I tried to get one from Dior last year and it sold out. And then I know that Louis Vuitton had one, but it came with a bag. You have to buy the entire bag to get the fan. So let me know if you know of a nice fan company, because I would like to just have one with me. But it does say in 4 weeks, visibly lifts and tightens, skin visibly firmed and elasticity is improved. Oh, and in 8 weeks, it says under eye wrinkles, here it is, under eye wrinkles appear less visible. Skin feels less hydrated, hold on. Skin feels hydrated, supple, and smoother. 84% say the entire eye area looks firmer. Oh, there's a card too. Let's see. Introducing our new Biolifting Eye Cream, the newest edition. It's multi-action ingredients, immediate and long-term lifting and wrinkle reducing results. That sounds amazing. And as you know, I try out a lot of skincare, and Chantecaille through this whole process has risen to the top, and most of my skincare is by Chantecaille. I'm gonna say at least maybe 90%, something like that. Most of it is. This is the Biolifting Eye Cream, and it comes in this jar. So it looks like the Biolifting cream with the little C on top. Actually, I just found it. It's like a little Biolifting cream, a sample size, like a deluxe sample size, and it looked similar to this. So I just found it actually yesterday. This is the Biolifting Eye Cream. Okay, let's see what it's like. It's sealed nicely like this. And I always like to use what's on the lid first, because there's usually quite a bit. Let me show you before I put that down. Here's what it looks like. I usually like to use what's on the lid because that's a few days worth there, at least the way I use their creams. I use very little at a time because the very little is all that is needed. So their products, and I've mentioned this before, last quite a while because you only need the tiniest bit. Oh, I'm very glowy because it's so hot. And then there's also this little applicator here. So let's see what it feels like. Got a little here. Oh yeah. It feels like it's got a nice thick consistency, but not heavy at the same time. Just the texture of the skin on my hand feels smooth right here. Oh, lovely. So thank you so much, Chantecaille. I love their skincare. So we're gonna give this a good try. I'll let you know what I think of it. But even my hand feels nice and smooth just right here, just from applying the cream right here. So I'm gonna save this so I can use that. Actually, let me just put it back here so it's nice and airtight. So let me know if you picked up the eye cream from Chantecaille. I'd love to know your thoughts if you've tried it. I am expecting amazing things from this. Okay, I also have another item. So this brand is new to me. I have seen them go by because I actually, this is interesting, it's another eye cream. I think I was looking at as like a tinted SPF. I can't remember what I was looking at, but Audacité, California, they've come out with an eye cream. So theirs is the Intense Repair Eye Cream. It's a Face the Aging Extremes. Oh, you know, it would be interesting if I did a side-by-side where I used one eye cream on one eye and the other on the other eye. It says, facing the aging extremes of modern lifestyle with a highly concentrated eye cream powered by groundbreaking AI technology. It's available 8/29/23. Okay, so it's already available, and it's got an Edelweiss, an extremophile. Okay, plant that derives the extreme alpine climate with self-preserving and DNA protective actives. Interesting. It's controlled and optimized by AI, and you can see here the plant that they use. It's got super antioxidant COQ10, peptides and carnosine, wow. Peptides and carnosine to deliver dual action soothing and anti-aging benefits to the delicate skin around the eyes. And so they're also PETA, plastic neutral and clean hub, FSC. So there says 83% experienced a significant decrease in the appearance of crow's feet, and 87% agree this formula feels soothing and calming. So this is the bottle, and oh, okay, I like the applicator. It's one of the ones where you push like this, and then, let's see. So it comes out like that. Can you see? Let me get out of the way. I don't know if you can see, it's a little bit bright. That's what it looks like. I always like a dispenser like this because it just gives you the right amount. Okay, this also feels quite soothing and smoothing. They have a very similar feel to them, actually. Okay, so what if I do that? I should try to remember to do side by side. So I'll try this on one side, and I'll try the Chantecaille on the other side, and I'll let you know if I get similar or different results. That'll be an interesting experiment. So thank you so much to Audacité for sending this over. Let me know if you have anything from this brand and what you think of it, because I would be interested to learn what you already know about that brand. And then I have this. This came so pretty. This is from Rephr. I love when Rephr just puts things in the mail, and I find these lovely things in my mailbox. So you can see it says Rephr down here. And let's see, I like to not destroy things when I open them. So there's no little elastic there, so I guess it can go back on if you want it to. Oh, lovely. I'm not quite sure what those characters are. I wonder if it will tell me. I don't know. So yeah, let me know if you know. I guess they don't, did they send me any literature here so I can know what this is? We're gonna discover this together. Oh, okay, so this is not how to open the box like this. Ooh, very fancy packaging here. Ooh, oh, how beautiful is this? This, I think, is their holiday brush. So I don't know, my phone's up there. I'm gonna see if it's available, but oh, look how lovely this is. Oh my gosh, and it's so soft. It's so soft. So soft, and it's got a tapered shape to it like this, shorter here. Let me just pull it out really quickly. They're shorter here, and then it's tapered all the way up. Lovely. It feels really like one of the softer brushes I felt. How beautiful. And then it has this design here, and then it says Rephr. What a beautiful brush. Here, let me see if I can show you up close. And let me see if I can find anything online about it. That's beautiful. I'm looking on their site right now. So the email that I got said it's the limited edition holiday brush, and it's the Sabicoho Red. So that's all I know about it. I'm not quite sure what the targeted area of the face is. I'm imagining it's quite versatile because of the shape. Like you could use it here or along the jawline. I think you could do lots of things with this, but it's a beautiful brush. So I love the Rephr brushes I have, but this is like an elevated version, it feels, of their brushes. And I love the handle too. I'll post when it's available. I don't know if it comes like this with every order, but it would be a lovely gift, especially for a makeup lover. I think brushes are one of the best gifts that you can give a makeup lover, because they will continue to use that over and over again beyond palettes, because as you know, palettes and other consumable makeup lasts so long, but a brush lasts for a long time. In fact, I've received many brushes for birthdays and gifts, and I definitely think about them when I use those brushes. So what a beautiful gift idea for someone or for yourself. So thank you so much, Rephr, for the brush. But yeah, like I said, if you are interested in this look, it's really fast. I'm experimenting always with makeup, and this was one of the fastest makeup applications I've tried, and it's very natural. So if you want to see that, it doesn't take very long, but it's kind of my go-to these days of how I'm doing my makeup. And I'm also getting ready for a trip in the next video. We're gonna do some packing, show you some other things that I picked up for that trip, and then I think I'll tack that on to the actual trip. So make sure to tune into that. But that's it for today's video, so please take care of each other, stay well. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.